Liza Wallace.
The Mask, a PG certificate starring Jim Carrey and Cameron Diaz, who apparently was a model. But I'm sorry, if you're not Cindy Crawford, I don't want to know.
Apparently, no, because when he said Cameron Diaz, I thought it was Cameron, the male model. I'd have had a shock if I hadn't been given the information.
This is definitely a
it's
female.
a girl.
Believe me.
Really?
Unless those operations have got very good in the past few years. Now, if that doesn't start alarm bells ringing, I really don't know what will.
I thought that was Bill Clinton.
Boom. Now, I hadn't quite forgiven Jim Carrey for Ace Ventura: Pet Detective.
Hold on a minute. A little bit of you enjoyed that film.
Did it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you
Was
found
it
yourself
north or
laughing.
south of Naval?
I might have laughed about twice in it. No, actually, it was bad, but it had a few funny moments. But I thought, give him the benefit of the doubt. This one might be better.
Brilliant reviews.
It looks okay. It had brilliant reviews, so I thought it can't be that bad.
Yep.
Oh dear, we're off to a bad start already. Who's a nice but dull bank clerk who gets trodden on by life. Women don't fancy him. His boss yells at him, and car mechanics say to him, "Ooh, that'll cut." Actually, it sounds a bit like my life. His only pleasure in life is reading comic books and watching cartoons. One day on his way home from work, after being... he's gone to work. He's gone to a nightclub and has been thrown out for being too geeky. He thinks he sees a dead body floating in the river. So he dives in. See, I told you he was a nice guy. And he discovers an old wooden mask instead. And instead of chucking this away like any sane person would do, he takes it home with him.
Why?
I don't know, because without it, the story would not progress.
Oh, right, okay.
He doesn't know, but the mask is possessed by the spirit of the Viking god of mischief.
Oh, I say.
Okay, it's a shame Mike's not here, because he could probably have told us all about the culture and everything.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Bit of a Viking bore, actually, Mike.
Hey-ho, never mind.
Can't get him off the subject.
Well, you know, if your ancestors were Vikings, you'd be jolly proud of it as well, possibly.
Yeah.
Then again, possibly not.
I'd be really proud. Go on.
And when he puts this mask on, he turns into a larger-than-life, wise-cracking, fast-moving, green-faced pain in the backside.
Yes.
And whilst in this guise as the Mask, he robs the bank that he works for. He sorts out his swindling car mechanics and tries to woo the girl of his dreams, Tina, played by a aforementioned model. But in doing so, he annoys the hell out of the local head gangster, who, one, wanted to rob the bank himself, and two, is Tina's boyfriend. Oh dear, oh dear. God,
Getting
you're on the edge of your seat
dodgy.
now.
Iffy.
I wouldn't normally tell you this much of the plot, but I want to save you from going to see it.
Public service announcement.
It is, yeah. The rest of the thrill-packed plot revolves around the following questions. Will the police get him for robbing the bank? Will the gangsters put him 6 foot under? And will he get the girl? And if you actually care, I'll tell you the answers. They are no, no and yes in that order.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Will there be a sequel?
I have read that there is already a sequel in the pipeline.
Lord save us.
I found the film rather dull and not particularly funny. There are good special effects, but please, please believe me, if you've seen the trailers, you have seen the best bits. There is nothing better than what is in the trailers. If all you want to see is a rubbery mask, go and watch something else and look at the trailers.
Don't you just hate that? That they do that all the time now, that the trailer tells you the whole movie and shows you all the best bits.
Yeah. I mean, I was sitting waiting for these fabulous special effects. I thought, well, I've seen that in the trailer, seen that. So where's the fabulous bit coming?
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Well, I have to say that, I mean, this film's had really, really good reviews, and as much as I object to Jim Carrey, whatever, I thought, well, I might go and see it. But after your review, I won't, because this is the kind of film that I absolutely hate. I was talking to Ken about this on his programme earlier, and I mean, I hated Who Framed Roger Rabbit, because you sit there and you think, wow, that's amazing. For the first 5 minutes you go, that's incredible, that's really great, that's brilliant. And then the
There's
film...
very little plot.
Yeah, exactly, because the special effects is just supposed to carry the movie.
The special effects reminded me enormously of Roger Rabbit, particularly the end where there's the cartoon character who's turned himself into a human. They're very reminiscent of those special effects.
Yeah.
I liked Roger Rabbit.
He's
Did
run
you?
over.
Well, you have no taste.
Well, I did say I was sad earlier on. So, you know.
For instance, he's run over by a car and gets flattened, Jim Carrey in this movie, and he's then sort of like pumps himself back up again to sort of full width and everything.
Just like a toon.
Exactly, just like a toon. I thought, this is Toontown all over again. So, you know, hey-ho. 4 out of 10-ish, really. The good news is it's only about 1 minute 40. 1 hour 40 minutes.
Well, thank heavens for that.
And the bad news, as we mentioned earlier, there is probably a sequel in the offing.
Well, we don't have to go and see. It sounds appalling. I mean, it looked appalling
It's not
on
great.
paper.
The only thing that fascinated me was when he's got this sort of green rubbery mask on. It looks as if it's just covering his face, but his teeth in this mask are enormous, and you just think, how have they got his teeth into his mouth like that?
Yeah.
That's the only thing that kept me going through the film,
I
watching
know.
his teeth.
Good comedy teeth. They go, no, you can't whack 'em, I'm telling you.
It's a winner.
I'm telling you. You see Dawn French doing that thing on the reruns of French and Saunders recently, which she's doing the Lady Vicar. She put in the comedy teeth, so she had the sort of, how are you, hello. And you start with the teeth, I tell you build a character from that, but it's a teeth movie. Dentists would enjoy it.
It's a
Yeah.
top teeth
Orthodontists
movie, yeah.
would go and have like
Definitely.
a fantastic time.
I shall recommend my dentist to go and see it.
Well, if you're a dentist, go and see The Mask. If you're not a dentist...
Because you deserve to suffer. You've made us suffer, now it's your turn.
Absolutely.
You know, I don't like foisting my opinions on people, but there
That's
you
what
are.
you're here for,
Foisting.
Lisa.
It's rubbish.
Is it?
I thought
Really?
so, yeah.
Rumpy-pumpy factor?
Zilcho. The only interesting bit is, does he get to kiss the girl? Yes, he does.
In the mask. With the teeth and
Both,
everything.
with the mask and without the mask. If he'd have kissed me with that mask on, I'd have died there.
Does he
and
do it
then.
from the far side of the room? Like they do in parties, you send your lips off and they go...
No, they didn't think that's the one thing they didn't think
Oh,
of.
come on. That's in every Tom and Jerry movie.
Yeah.
Everything like that.
One thought though, I mean, if he robbed the bank and he's got a green face,
Yeah.
you know, surely we're in the age of, you know, video recorders in banks and whatever. Were the police looking hard
All fundamental error. You're trying to apply normal everyday logic.
to films?
Yes, they have this amazing creature with a green face, and the police say that's a guy with a mask on. If I'd have seen him, I'd have thought, my God, it's an alien.
Yeah.
I mean, he was practically horrific. I mean, he was horrible.
Yeah.
But they think it's just some guy with a mask on.
Or somebody who'd just eaten Japanese.
Hey,
Don't. Oh, I had a really bad experience once with sushi.
Yeah, you know why they make you know, they like you to take your shoes off in a Japanese restaurant, don't you? So you don't track vomit all through the
Carrey.
And you pay heavily for the privilege as well, I'll tell you.
Absolutely, I know. Anyway, so bad news, eh?
Yeah, the funniest bit is where he gets a whole sort of police department to do the rumba when they're meant to be arresting him.
Oh, I saw that clip on Bazza Norman's live from
you've
Hollywood preview of
certainly
the
seen the best bits.
Oh, I thought it was awful, that bit.
That's one of the best bits.
Was it really? Oh
Yeah.
my goodness! Well, that tells me all I need to know.
Well, it sounds perfectly horrible, and I shan't be going to see it. You will be, I suspect, Paul.
I kind of like Roger Rabbit, and I read another review which started the same way as Lisa's, which was along the lines of, you know, it would take a miracle to forgive
Ace
Jim
Ventura,
Carrey
Pet
for Ace
Detective.
Ventura, and this is it.
Yeah.
That was in What's On, I think, a Mike
Yes,
Davis
it
review.
was.
So, you know, and I normally respect his opinion on films, so I don't know. I'm half and half now.
I haven't seen a bad review of this at all.
No. Oh,
Well,
dear.
there you are.
Hey, maybe it's me.
She
You're
is
a
like
loose
the Joan
cannon.
of Arc of film review.
She is.
One woman against the world. Tie me to a stake, burn me. I will not recant. I will not recant.
So what are you going to see next week?
Wolf. It's
Oh,
a must.
cool. I'm dying to see that. Has it got good reviews? I haven't read anything
mixed.
today.
Mixed,
Has it?
yeah.
I like Jack Nicholson, though.
Yeah.
As
And
a
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Pfeiffer. Right. Well, thank you very much for that, Lisa. I'm
You're
sorry you
welcome.
didn't like it. And I hope Uncle Les enjoyed that as
Yes,
well.
good night, God bless.
Good night, God bless. And
I'll be around in a moment.
yes. And I'm in a frenzy of excitement, although you might not be able to tell, because it's 25 years since The Carpenters.
Did what?
I started. I
Oh,
don't
yeah?
know. It's 25 years since something.
Isn't it ironic that if, like, Mama Cass and Karen Carpenter had just shared that ham sandwich, they'd both be alive.
Gary.
Hello.
That's a terrible thing to say about poor Karen, who's a bit of a heroine of mine. However, there's a tribute album. Yeah, with all sorts of great people on it. I've lost the press release because I'm not very good.
It's not this one that says The Living Dead, is it?
No, more of that later. No, I'll go and find it in a minute. It's got all sorts of brilliant people on it. Oh, Stuart, bring it in quick. Shake a
Got the
leg.
cranberries and